I want to share with you a skill that I made with my OpenClaw. And I do it with Lurky. And hey, you guys at Lurky, if there's any way I can also plug this in programmatically with your API, please post that down below. I want to know. Because I know there is an API. I just don't quite know how I would, like the logistics of it. So I'm going to show you what I do now and how I use OpenClaw to manage the clips. And for everybody else, what I want to show you is I have content overwhelm, which is not a bad thing to have, right? But having a system to manage all the content is really important. So every week I do a space on Wednesday and I do a space on Sunday. And we talk about primarily OpenClaw. Sometimes I talk about crypto. Sometimes I interview people. But primarily we talk about artificial intelligence, right? And so I actually got syndicated on Lurky, which is awesome. I'm so glad about that. What that means is they track the space that I do on X. And if you're not familiar with spaces, it's just basically where I open up a space, right? And I can invite people to come and talk with me and we can have a conversation. I usually do that for about an hour, right? And then what happens is that gets turned into, if I go to my dashboard here and I go to my spaces, this one was the last one, right? It automatically does all of this wonderful stuff for my space, right? And records the number of people that were on the space, what they were all saying, who they were, all that fun stuff. And it gives you a nice little mind map, which is wonderful. Goes through the whole discussion. This is primarily, for CT. So usually we're talking about like crypto in this context, right? And I actually I talked about VVV in this. But what it does for me that I absolutely love, and if you're a space host, this is like crazy, it creates these clips, right? And so I've got all of these clips and I'm like, sometimes I share them, sometimes I don't share them. I didn't really have like a proper system of doing things, right? And actually, this isn't the one. This is the latest one, which I haven't even processed yet. Let's go back to the one on the 8th. There it is. Okay, this one, how not to lose your OpenClaw's mind. Yes, that was the one. There weren't very many people on it because that was one of the first OpenClaw things that I did. But anyways, it was really good. The content was good. The clips were good, right? And so here are the clips, right? And so I would have to go through them. I'd have to listen to them, and I actually still do that. So I don't take everyone.
Stupid.
This is an example.
Well, your OpenClaw is stupid because you have been talking to Telegram, which has now been, or let's just say Telegram, right? Because that's what I made.
So that's an example of a clip, right? And so the ones that I like, I save to my hard drive. I'm running a Mac, right? And so let's actually go that. So I have my shared folder, which I share between my user, right, myself, and my OpenClaw user. Two separate users, but we share this folder. In that folder, I wanted to create video clips, right? And then here's the space, and here's our clips. So I save the clips there. And then what I would have to do is I'd have to go through, I'd have to transcribe them, find out what I talked about, and then, make a social post about them, track which clips I'd used and which clips I haven't used. And I'm like, oh God, this is just a freaking nightmare. And then I was like, hey, let's get OpenClaw to help me, right? So we actually, way back up here, way back up here, I said to OpenClaw, hey, every space that I do produces short video clips, and right now I'm not really tracking them properly. Should I make that another object for video clips, right? And so we have like an object type structure inside of Obsidian. And of course it's like, yeah, of course we should do that. So I'm going to show you the end result right now. And if you want to learn how to do this, join my school, because I'm actually going to go through and teach you exactly how I set up this system. I'm going to go through my Telegram conversations. I'm going to go through why I did the way that I did the things that I did. And you know, you can think about this for anything that you do, right, with regards to content. So let's actually look at the finished result. Not this trailer. We want to go into the where are you? Production video clips, right? And so the first one I actually did was this one. So I created this template, right, for my video clips. So object type video clip. So it has these things, and now I have the asset in there. It goes and transcribes it, gives me the purpose, the suggested draft, and of course links it up to the space. And that's a whole other object type. We're just talking about this today. So now that is wonderful. I can just go and save those to the specific folder. And at the very end, I just told Ka, who is my OpenClaw, go to this folder and do your thing, make the video clips. And she went through all of them that I hadn't done, made video clips of all of them, popped them in there, and then kind of like the end result is, let's actually go on to our daily note here. There we go. All the added, yeah, so I created a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post, and a X post, right? And so we've got this whole thing here. We've got the final copy. It was linked to that. But what's actually happening in the background is it's actually tracking the views and the likes and the comments and all of that fun stuff. And that's like gold, right? And also we have the tags in here back in the actual object. So like whenever somebody's maybe asking me a question, and I might remember, oh, I did a video clip on that a while ago. You know, that would be a good way to respond to this person. That's another way you can use it, right? And so by having those tags, you have the ability to do that. So yeah, like if I go to my bookmarks and I go into social post base, you'll notice we're tracking the views, we're tracking the likes, we're tracking the actual leads that are coming in off of all of these things. And so this is like the power of what you can do with Obsidian and OpenClaw and Lurky in this case. So hey guys at Lurky, tell me how I can do this programmatically. So maybe after my space, it would send me the clips. I don't know if your API does that. So maybe it doesn't yet. But anyways, get back to me. That'd be wonderful. In the end, what we did was we also created a skill, right? And so that's the other key thing to understand is that after you've taught your OpenClaw something in your Telegram conversation with it, right? Then you actually want to create a skill for it so that it knows next time you ask it, hey, go and grab those video clips. It knows exactly what you're talking about and exactly how to step through all of that, okay? And if you want to join my school, I'm going to teach you exactly how I created this skill, exactly all the little pieces, how they went together. But I also just wanted to share today that this is something that is possible with OpenClaw.